Welcome, Restoration Referral System family. I'm excited to dive into our second week of our Live with Matt Danskin as we dive into all the topics related to referral relationships. We've got some really good questions this week that we're going to get into. The title of today's training is Kick the List, Become Exclusive. And this is something that I talk to a lot of people about, where they go meet with an insurance agent. And that agent says, hey, great, sounds good. Let me send some customers to you. I'll put you on our list of contractors. And what happens is they send out that list of 3 or 5 or 10 contractors, and you are stuck bidding against other contractors, sometimes who don't know how to run a profitable business. And I don't care how good you are at sales, you're going to close less of your deals when you are one of many contractors that customer's engaged with, instead of being the only contractor that the customer's engaged with. So we're going to go through that training and talk about how you can effectively create that situation for yourself more often. It's not going to happen every time, but we can create that situation a lot of the time. So before we get into our training topic of the day, I want to talk about a couple of the questions that we had submit this week. So the first question that we had submit was from Erica Chapman, and she actually commented on one of our posts and said, I'm told all the time in several states, and I know she's worked kind of all over the country, that insurance agents cannot refer clients to us, or to us roofers, excuse me. It's a liability if something goes wrong. So how do I overcome that with your method? We have a few insurance agents that love us and tell us when the homeowner needs a roof, but they can't give them our info, and we can't call and say, hey, April with X insurance carrier referred us to you. Any suggestions? Sorry, I was trying to be able to see that there. Hopefully that question makes sense. It's basically saying when she talks to an insurance agent, they say, hey, we're not allowed to refer a roofer. And I do see this happen a bit. And I want to kind of tackle a few different aspects of this question. So first off, for whatever reason, roofing contractors, everybody involved, oftentimes mixes up insurance agents and insurance adjusters. And so I don't think that this was the case with Erica, but I have a lot of times people will say, oh, well, insurance agents aren't allowed to refer someone. That's absolutely not true. Insurance adjusters oftentimes are not allowed to refer a contractor. I've had insurance adjusters not even touch my card. They'll take a picture of it instead of taking it, just to avoid any type of connection where it could look like they're giving out a contractor's information. At the same time, I've gotten referred by insurance adjusters. I think most every roofer has. But insurance agents absolutely can, will, and should refer a roofing contractor, and hopefully that roofing contractor is you. If you're dealing with an insurance agent, and it is truly an agent, not an adjuster, but that agent is under the impression that they cannot refer a contractor, or they have to refer a bunch of contractors, that is flat out wrong. Now, they may have gotten some guidance or some recommendations from their regional director or from the agent above them, if they're a producer, of, hey, don't refer anybody. And if you are going to successfully get referrals from that person, you need to convince them that it is in their best interest to refer someone. So here's what that looks like. First of all, I like to tackle this with the feel, felt, found objection handling tactic. I was just talking with another sales trainer about this the other day. It is a core tool if you're a salesperson in overcoming objections. You should have that at the ready should you any situation that you get into, you can always pull that out. So here's what that looks like. When the agent says, I'm not allowed to refer a roofing contractor, or I can't refer you specifically, I can tell you, kind of the areas to go to, all that sort of stuff, is you need to let them know that in a nice way that they're basically mistaken. So you don't want to ever tell someone, hey, you're dumb. You don't know what you're talking about. You just say, hey, I understand how you feel. And if you do a feel, felt, found really obviously, other salespeople are going to recognize it. But hey, I understand what you feel, how you feel. I know where you're coming from here. And I've had other agents that we work with actually that felt that same way. They were under that same understanding that they weren't allowed to refer somebody until they found out. And now you're going to equip them with the new information that is going to allow them to refer business to you. So until they found out that their customers were going to end up doing business with a roofer, whether they referred them or not, and if it was not somebody that they already had a relationship with, oftentimes that roofer is sending their customers to another agent. They're losing their customers simply because they didn't want to get involved. Now, I know you just want what's best for your clients, right? Yeah, of course they do. And so if you are able to vet contractors and make sure that they are dealing with the best of the best, one, your customers are going to have a better experience. That's going to reflect well on you as an insurance agent. But beyond that, you've got somebody that can be your ally and help you retain those clients instead of taking those clients from you. So while you don't want to force your customers to work with a particular contractor, if you can do them the service of connecting them with somebody that you have already done the legwork to check out for them, they're going to appreciate that. And furthermore, that is going to serve you in keeping and building your book of business. So hopefully that explanation is helpful for you. If you are meeting with that insurance agent, you need to show them that, one, they're allowed to refer you. And furthermore, you need to give them good reason that they're referring you over any of the other contractors out there. And we'll get more into that when we get into our training, talking about getting rid of the list and getting referrals exclusively. So Erica, thank you for the question. Great question there. I hope you're doing well, wherever you're at these days. So our next question is from a client of mine, Jake Hofer, and he sent us a question last week. He's got some really good questions. So that is, how do you best handle when an agent wants to quote your personal home insurance, et cetera, life insurance, business insurance, but you already have a policy with another agent that sends you business? And Jake, great question once again. You're not the first one to come up with this. This is a pretty common occurrence, especially with people that haven't gone through our training and perform in the way that we teach. So first off, the way that I'm going to put this is that oftentimes that objection from an insurance agent, or it's not even necessarily an objection of just like, hey, let me quote your business, it is typically their way of telling you that you haven't provided much more value than the other roofers that they're already dealing with. And they're trying to help you win. As crazy as that sounds, they're trying to help you stack up better than the other roofers that they know. And if you're doing a good job, have good customer service, you're a nice guy, all those types of things, there's probably other people that are doing those same things, but they may not be actually bringing their business to them. Now, I'll let you guys in on this little secret here. The most important thing that you can do for an insurance agent is bring them new business. And your business has value, obviously, and the agent is so used to roofers not being able to bring them customers or not even trying to bring them customers that they just think, well, if I can at least get this roofer's business, that'll be something. And that'll make them more valuable to me than any of the other roofers that I've met with. And so in the process of how we approach an insurance agent, really to build a lot of value that's going to exceed everybody else that's in there, we have to explain to them in very clear terms how we are capable of referring them so much business, and let them see that we are going to send them 5, 10, 20 customers this year that has so much more value than just your business. Now, you don't want to be too offensive to them and to say, hey, I have a policy that I'm pretty happy with right now. I don't want to jump ship because I just got it 6 months ago, a year ago, or, I'm happy with where I'm at. But really what I'm offering is that I have these customers that I can bring in. And you're going to explain exactly how you do that. And for those people that are watching this feed here that are not yet clients of Restoration Referral System, sorry, I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag and tell you specifically how we do that. That is at the core of why my clients have a massive edge over everybody else. So for everyone that is a client and you're watching this feed, make sure you're watching it through our RRS Pro group. If you're not watching it there, if you're just watching it through our Restoration Referral System page or in one of the groups that we've shared it in, then make sure you go over to the Pro group and join us there, because the feed is going to continue. We're going to get into some of the proprietary information in our training here. If you're not a client yet, you're watching in one of those public forums, this is the time when our information is going to come up and show you just how you can sign up so you can get all the rest of this information.